Once I met a woman, a wise, wise woman. Once I met a woman, a wise, wise woman down Feasa. Saya tali feeling, more sabia, more chica. A wise woman builds a house with her hands, singing the songs and.
I'm from Crone. I was born here. My dad was from the country over the other side, and we always went to the bog with him. And I remember being on the bog, you know, the little bottle of milk in the little glass bottle, and the wrapped up sandwiches, warm, hot sandwiches, and the midges, and just running through the tracks in the bog, or running through the ridges, and as children, and those hot fly buzzing or bee buzzing summers in the bog. A flat land like the Midlands, surrounded by bog. It's integral to the landscape of my childhood. Families gathered in the bog, and that was the idea of the old Irish method. I'd help you in the bog, and I'd help your family, and we'd bring home the turf, and you'd help me when it was time. So it's that idea of community. So I journeyed through, and I left for lands anew, exploring the punk scene and the music scene, and what was going on in London at the time in the late 80s and the 90s. But I at the same time, the landscape was already in me. I had embodied where I'd come from, because sense of place is. So I was very interested in art, and I did a number of courses in John Cass in Whitechapel, in filmmaking and media and sculpture and painting and fine art and that type of thing. Searching along the way, and I suppose identity was even then, because I look back at some of my art, and I have the Celtic dogs with the intricate Celtic knots in between them, and I look back at the art that I've done 30 years ago, and it's identity all along the way. I, as a performance artist, immersed in the bog, naked, with the idea of stripping off what aging women are supposed to be in society. This stage for me has turned into I only want to do creative things. I only want to do what I enjoy. This creative force has come out to reach the authentic self of who you are, not having to perform. In this peaty, boggy wetland, seepage, soakage, spongy archive, let us step into the ritual of third age. Let us write the script of the new story in this liminal place. Reclaiming identity, the third age, in a third space, in a third place. Time, ritual, space and place. Immersed in boggy waters. Ritual, rite of passage through ritual. Immersed in boggy waters. Women's secrets unfold. Immersed in boggy waters. Soothes my ancient spirit. Immersed in boggy waters. A new story is told. I am referring to the indigenous Brehon law. Yeah, there was a status of equality, and that's why I'm using the mythological mantle. There was a status that women could own property.
Yeah.
And then, in colonial times, when it was under common law, the property was in the husband, like the house was in the husband's name. Post-colonial, we became an incarcerative society, where women were incarcerated more than any other country in the world, per ratio.
And why do you think that?
It was a fear of it. Not only was it church and state collusion against women, there's fear of the women's sexuality. Yeah. There was probably a fear. And then there was that projection of Madonna onto women as a morality of nationhood. So there's quite a lot in there. The topography and the mythology of the stories of the land cites the bog as it was a place where people went who were othered. I visualise the bog as a living repository of cultural memories, secrets, and then there's the other added layers and layers of stripping away, secrets unearthed, and then being metaphorized to a woman's body, the body of a woman, which has the potential to give birth to a new story. Immersed in boggy waters, passage through ritual. Immersed in boggy waters, secrets seep through. Immersed in boggy waters, soothes my ancient spirit. Immersed in boggy waters, our story anew. Lay down layers of wetland, seeping sponge archive. Step into boggy waters, let the crone arrive. Immersed in boggy waters, passage through ritual. Immersed in boggy waters, secrets seep through. Immersed in boggy waters, soothes my ancient spirit. Immersed in boggy waters, our story anew. Immersed in boggy waters, stripped of all pretence, authentic self uncovered, sisterhood commenced. Immersed in boggy waters, passage through ritual. Immersed in boggy waters, secrets seep through. Immersed in boggy waters, soothes my ancient spirit. Immersed in boggy waters, our story anew. Emerging from the suction of misplaced power and lies, reclaiming our own story, third stage we thrive. Immersed in boggy waters, passage through ritual. Immersed in boggy waters, secrets seep through. Immersed in boggy waters, soothes my ancient spirit. Immersed in boggy waters, our story anew. Our story anew.
Once I